Spartans, my name is Alejandra Ramos and I graduated from Orchid Academy in 2019. I recently moved out to Texas and live in the surrounding Dallas area, and I now work for the National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation as a development coordinator and assistant to the executive vice president. My goal for this video is to give you some behind the scenes and share a little bit about my life, my current job, and the experiences that have led me to where I am today. But I first want to share a little bit about the organization that I work for. So, the National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation is a nonprofit organization on a mission to inspire America. We have an incredible team and inspirational leaders. Our chairman of the board is Ms. Charlotte Jones, who is the executive vice president and chief brand officer of the Dallas Cowboys, and our president and CEO is Captain Chris Cassidy, retired chief NASA astronaut and retired Navy SEAL. Our organization is dedicated to design, fund, build, and maintain three main projects. The first is the National Medal of Honor Museum, being built in Arlington, Texas, scheduled to open in March 2025, and is being built in a prime location down the street from AT&T Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys, and near Globe Life Field, the home of the Texas Rangers. In this museum, we will highlight the stories of the men and women who have received the Medal of Honor, which is the highest and most prestigious military honor in combat that our country bestows. The second is the monument, which Biden signed into law in 2021 and will be built in Washington, D.C. on the Mall. And our third is to endow a leadership institute that will share our values across the country, and as of the 2023 school year, is already available in 27,000 schools across the country. New developments. And this is what my space in the shared office upstairs looks like. And here are some clips of what the other shared spaces in our building look like. So as the development coordinator and assistant to the executive vice president, my day-to-day routine varies. My morning usually starts off with checking emails and checking in with my director and VP. Throughout the day, I usually have a couple meetings to attend to review the status of current projects, which usually have to do with fundraising or partnerships, and I also complete any tasks requested from my vice president. First started, I had the opportunity to attend our biggest event of the year with our founders, and founders in our organization are any individuals or companies who have donated at least $1 million or more. We have an incredible partnership with the Dallas Cowboys, and during Salute to Service Month, we invite Medal of Honor recipients and founders to a Dallas Cowboys home game. So the Medal of Honor recipients receive a special recognition on the field during halftime, and the founders are invited to the field for pregame and also have a special presentation as a thank you for their contribution to this national project. And this was just a little behind the scenes of the projects and the environment I have the privilege of working in, and I truly enjoy every part of it. So my journey to where I am today isn't a short story, and there isn't a single path that I took to get here, but there's a lot of different factors, people, and experiences that led me here, but I'm going to try to sum it up as best as I can. So after graduating from Orchid Academy in 2019, I attended Allen Hancock College and received 2 associate's degrees in business administration. Although I was accepted into four-year universities right after high school, I decided at the time it was just best to attend Hancock and then see where life would take me from there. I then transferred to Cal Poly and received my bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing management. During all 4 years in college, I managed to work a couple jobs, stay involved on campus, and volunteer in my community. I also had an incredible opportunity to intern for an NFL team, which I am so grateful for. Shortly after graduating from Cal Poly in June of 2023, I was informed about an opportunity to join this organization. I went through 2 interviews and received referrals from a couple people that I had worked with prior. Some of the things that I believe stood out in my interviews include my passion and experience in nonprofits and serving the community, my experience in the sports industry because this organization does have a lot of partnerships with sports-related organizations, my experience in previous jobs related to business, as well as being adaptable and knowing how to manage various projects or tasks. While I was a student at Orchid Academy, like most of you, I was very involved in clubs and extracurricular activities. My freshman and sophomore year of high school, I served as the class of 2019's president. I was also an ASB all 4 years and was on the executive team as the vice president of logistics my senior year. I made sure to be an active member in CSF and NHS, and I have always had a passion for community service, so during my senior year, I was also a Santa Maria Elks Rodeo Queen candidate and did volunteer work with a few other local nonprofits. Before I conclude, I want to share a few pieces of advice. For those of you who are still trying to figure out what your next steps are, whether you're a freshman or a senior and about to graduate in a few months, remember to enjoy every moment, and I encourage you to get involved in new clubs or activities. So my older brother always reminds me it's important to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Take on new challenges even if you don't feel ready for it. You can just learn along the way. Last but not least, always be kind and always maintain a positive attitude. Your attitude and the way that you treat others truly goes a long way. Life after high school looks different for everyone, but remember, we all have a unique story, and be proud of yourself for all that you have accomplished so far and embrace all that is to come. Orchid Academy has a wonderful staff and support system for each of you to lean on. Shout out to all my teachers and staff who have helped me get to where I am today, and I am honored to have been asked to share my story with all of you. Thank you again so much for inviting me to create this video. I hope it has been helpful. Once we open the museum in March of 2025, I hope some of you take a trip out here to visit the National Medal of Honor Museum so you too can be inspired to do extraordinary things like the brave men and women that have served our country. Have a wonderful day, Spartans.